guess they have something with the hotel that they can kind of see you, and I don't really know how it all works. I don't even know if it's working. I'm Joanne. I'm subbing today. I know when I was here the other day, I said no, it wasn't on my calendar, but then I looked on the app and there was no sub there and it was open. So I said, okay, I'll be here so you guys can have class. So that's why probably not everyone's here, because when you guys were leaving, I was like, no, it's not on my calendar. But then I left. I didn't check it. I was like, oh, it's still open. I'll take it. All right. So I'm Joanne. Some of you know me, some of you don't. So now you do. Most all my classes are at night time. So I'm usually only here during the day when I'm studying. Just make sure that everyone can see me. Actually, could you move your mat over?
Sure.
Then I can see you. Oh. That's perfect. You didn't have to go very far. All right. Are you guys ready? Let's start with breathing. Right through diagram. Simple set. Relax your arms. You can close your eyes if you want to. And deep breath into the diaphragm. You pull the out. As you exhale, you open your throat and push the belly button in like fogging up an air. So practice that breath. Backwards. Shoulders roll back, chest is pushed forward. You're just going to drop your knees right and left. Warming up your hips. Get that breath going. Get some movement. Blood circulating. Diaphragm when you're exhaling. That's how you get the toxins out, and that's how you get the good oxygen in to circulate into the brain and your bloodstream and your muscles. So you need a lot of oxygen for those things. Just in case you didn't know. That's why your breath is important. Point and flex your feet for right now. Make sure that you're elongating up. If you're still kind of rounded and unstable, I'd have to turn this down some more and sit up, but you're kind of rounded. You might need to pull the extra skin out here, the extra skin out here, then you'll be right on that tailbone, and it'll help that spine be straighter. Point and flex. I'm going to go turn that music down. I kept turning it up and I could hear it. Now it doesn't go down. I turned it down right now. Is that better? Is it still too loud?
Can't hear it.
We'll try it on that. You can't hear it now? We'll just hum.
Sprinkling chair.
I think we need to really get a new stereo. They say it's on the budget, but it's not here yet. All right. You guys stop point and flex now. Just relax. And now all I want you to do is to hinge to your hips and take your arms forward and then come on back. So you're in a nice circle. Forward and back. And you're sitting in water and you're parting the waves. Let's see what I think about it. It's a nice spring day. And I don't know about you, but as we get older, our head flexors seem to get bit tighter all the time. So we need to really work those abductors. Who is here on what day are we? Monday when I subbed. Were any of you here Monday when I subbed? You're the only one? Oh, well, never mind. I can't repeat anything that I was going to ask. Maybe they're too sore and they didn't come back. I don't know. Good job. Now just relax right there. Sit up tall. And you're just going to take this arm this direction and this arm over your head this way. And I'm not looking for rounded arms. I'm looking for you to pull through your arm that direction over your head, not in front of your face. All right? So you're going to take this arm this way, bring this arm up here, and you're going to lean sideways and pull this arm up and pull this arm that way. So you're pulling in opposite directions. Point up toward the corner of the ceiling and the wall. So not this way, but up diagonal. Breathe, 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 don't hold your breath. Breathe. Good job. Come on in, back. Now we're going to go the other side. This one's pulling this way, and this one's going up and diagonal. You'll have a good side and a bad side. Okay, inhale, exhale. Really take that arm on the top and pull towards the wall. Good job. Kind of a diagonal, releasing the wall meets. That's what you're aiming for, that direction. Breathe, 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 and come back. That was kind of hard, huh? Because our bodies don't want to do that. All right. Simple set. And you're just going to do a spinal rotation here. And that's all. Not for too long because we're warming up your body. Switch your legs for equal stretching. Take it around here and rotate around. And release. That feel good? All right. I want you to hold on underneath your legs. And you're just going to really round out, hollow out here. And then come on up, roll those shoulders back, and lengthen up through your spine, like that. Not your shoulders, just, I don't want your shoulders going up there, relax. Now hollow out. Up, nice and tall. Nice and tall, roll those shoulders back, and then round down. And come on up. And round down. And come on up. Don't think the door is locked. Keep going. Maybe they were just seeing what you're doing, but it's not locked. It's they can come in. Alright, that's good. Now I want you to take one leg straight and bring one leg over. And if you can, I can't always do this one very well myself, but if you can, bring your arm over and keep it lined up, and this one goes behind you, and rotate. Open your fingers up, point to the sky. There you go, up here. Best you can. Breathe. Don't tip your head up. Just turn and look over your shoulder. Turn and look over your shoulder. And release. See that stupid thing? You can't hear the music at all. I know. It's too loud and I can't hear it. To the other side. Remember, you have a good side and a bad side. So maybe you can't do it on both sides. So rotate around. And release. Now you're going to get into all fours. can be just right on your mat. If you need extra cushion for your knee, you can hold it like this. If you have your you can put it on underneath you, and we're just going to do cat-cow. So those knees are directly below your hips. Relax your toes. Open your fingers wide. And put the weight into the palm of your hand and the right under your shoulders. Inhale, exhale, round it all out and round your back. And come back up and inhale. Exhale, round your back, hollow it out. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. And when you're exhaling, make sure you pull that belly button in. Good job. Everyone all right? Okay. So now I want you to take your right foot and curl your toes and slide it straight back. Make sure your hips are square to your mat. Now you're going to take your left arm up. And I want you to look underneath you and lift this leg so it stays straight and your hips are like this. Cool, like your tug-of-war rope. And someone's pulling on your arm and someone's pulling on your foot and go the opposite direction. Breathe, breathe, breathe in, breathe, release. Everyone okay with that one? Okay, other side, slide your foot back, spread those hips, flex your foot, take your other arm up, straight up, inhale, exhale, lift that heel up, even with your booty, now pull in the opposite direction. And make sure you're breathing. And release. We're going to do it one more time on each side. Take that right leg straight back. Flex your foot. Square your hips. Lift the opposite arm. Now lift that heel up and elongate and pull. Do not open those hips. You're square to the floor. Breathe, breathe, breathe. And release. Left leg, slide it back. Flex your foot. Lift the right arm up and lift that heel up in the leg. And pull in opposite directions. Breathing deeply. Keep your diaphragm breath. And release. Back to all fours. Cat-cow again. Round. Hollow out. And release. And round, hollow out. That belly button up. And release. And round, let it up. And release. And back to neutral. Curl your toes under. And then you're going to lift up into a downward facing dog. You can do an alternate heel press here. That's too tight on your legs. If you're a little more advanced, a little more flexible, you can press both heels down and hold it. And I want you to pull your chest in towards your thighs. Elongate through your arms. Lift the tailbone in up. Pull the belly button in. And breathe and hold. Alternate heel press. Breathe with it. Good job. Now bring your knees down. Bring your knees open to the outer edge of your mat. Bring your toes together and relax them. hands up a little bit. Now sit back towards your heels and drop your chest down toward the mat into child pose. Go slowly to the hand. Sit on your heels, some of you can, some of you can't. Just do your best. Bring that chest down low toward the mat. You breathe, you let your own breath. Lengthen your arms out. Come back up to all fours. Bring your knees in, go back into downward facing dog. Come back down to child's pose. And up to downward facing dog. Back on down to simple sit. Simple sit. Okay, you should have oxygen flowing and blood circulating all the way to the brain. Do you feel all that going on? All right, let's just settle down for a minute and breathe. Deep breath in. And exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. I would like for you to take your legs straight on your mat. And I would like for you to bring your arms all the way up into the sky. Reach and look straight ahead. Don't tip your head. When you tip your head, you start your spine curvature. We don't want that yet. So look straight ahead. Now you're going to hinge your hips, not your waist. And you're going to reach down toward your toes. You can flex your feet so that you can reach on your pull on your toes. Maybe you might have to bend your knees a little bit. Otherwise, come back to here if you're having a hard time. And then roll those shoulders back. Lift your arms up. Lead with your chest. And maybe just go right there. Touch your toes. And if you can, just drop down and hold on to your toes. But push your chest forward. Do not round your back. Chest forward. Shoulders roll back. It will hang around a little bit. It won't be completely flat, but I don't want you like this. Push through with your chest. And then release. Good job. Now, take one leg in front and one leg this way. It doesn't matter which way you are on your mat. So where this foot is on the back side, you're going to hold on to that leg with your hand. This shoulder, you're going to be upright. Because what I don't want is you leaning on that arm. So you beat your feet. I want you to roll the shoulder back. Pull it up. Put your fingers that direction. Right behind you. And then you're going to lift up and push your chest forward. You feel that in your spine? Yes. Now, you're going to hold that position, and it's your hip flexor that's going to work. So some of you might not feel like you're moving it. It might only go like that far. That's okay. For the women, it might go a little further. But what I don't want to see is I don't want you turning. You will use your glutes to help lift up, but I don't want you going like that. Okay? Nice and tall. Now use your glute here and push your hip toward that knee. And then release it down. Don't lift up, just the hip flexor. It's a small movement. The glute is engaged, but it's not lifting all the way up off the floor. So you need to lift this. The other thing, if you can't get your hip up, a lot of things you want to do is this. Or this. And you really lift up, and that's what I don't want. It's just this hip flexor. It's just real small. You feel it? sitting up right in here, that's where I want you to feel it. And release. Now all you're going to do is switch those legs around. Also sitting on your, I don't know if you call this a rug or a blanket, it's called both. You can sit on that, you can sit on your block, and that'll hold your hips up a little higher, and that'll give you a little extra lift so that you can do it maybe a little bit easier. I don't know how comfortable it is on the block, but that's an option. Hold your hand on this leg, roll the shoulder back, fingers behind you, push your chest forward. Now really just small movement on that hip. Push it forward and down, forward and down, forward and down, forward and down, forward and down. Yes, you guys have it. This is when you should practice at home because we have tight flexors, and when we get older, they seem to be smaller for some reason. We don't have the range of motion. And then there's certain things you can't do. So if you work on this, you'll have a little bit more flexibility and you'll be a little bit more comfortable. And that's all we're done with that one. Yay! And that wasn't so comfortable, was it? Okay. I'm going to have you guys move up to downward facing dog again. And I'm going to show you what we're doing. You can sit there. We're going to do downward facing dog. And we're going to shift into plank. And back to downward facing dog. Back into plank. And then eventually we're going to try to grind it down. And then you're going to shift and go up. And then back down. So that's kind of what we're doing. Okay? Downward facing dog. If you're going to downward facing dog, make sure you're planted evenly. And now I just want you to push your hips forward and level out over your hands. Now you're in plank. And then go back to downward facing dog. Shift the weight over your arms and lay flat into plank. Just like that. You can straighten your legs. It's like a push-up position. Downward facing dog. Into a push-up position, which is plank. Straighten your legs out. Downward facing dog. And back into plank. And I'm going to give you a little break here before we move on to the other stuff because your arms are a little bit tired right now. So just go into child's pose before we continue on with adding on to that. Rest your arms. I know they're tired. Okay, was that a nice little break? All right, downward facing dog. Shift into plank, which is a push-up position. You need to be long, long. Your knees are not bent, they're straight. Now, you're going to go to the bottom of the push-up. So try to run it down. Bring your elbows in close to your side and let yourself slowly come down to the floor. Now you're going to slide forward with your chest and lift up with your chest and arms right there. Good job. And then come back down. You didn't get that one. Let me try it one more time. Okay, from this position, slide your chest forward, lift your head up, and then lift up into your arms. So your chest is now all the way above the floor. Your diaphragm breath is opening your head. Truly get that diaphragm there. Come on down. We're going to rest again before we move on. Put your arms to your side, and your head to the side, and just relax. We're going to put this all together, and it's going to be hard. That's why I want you guys to rest in between. So we get each of the pieces of the puzzle. Alright. exhale, push up. And that deep exhale pushes you up. Good job. Back into downward facing dog. Lift the tailbone up and back. Pull your belly button in. Elongate, open up those shoulder blades. And then just shift your hips forward and lay flat or stand flat into plank, top of a push-up. Elongate, elongate, elongate. Now you're going to try to grind it down. Elbows close in by your side. Go as slow as you can. As slow as you can. I don't want to give up. Put your knees down. Down. All right. Now slide your chest forward. Lift up your chest. Nice. Now go back down. Now you're going to do a push-up. And then military push-up. Lift your hips and push back into downward facing dog. You guys got it. One more time. Go into your push-up position, which is plank. Shoulder it down as slow as you can. Then slide your chest forward. Lift your trunk up as high as you can. Good job. Bring it back down. There you come under. Go back into plank, which is military push-up. Open your throat and go. And that pushes you up. That's where you get your energy. Lift your bottom up. Lock your hands in to downward facing dog. And you're not doing that no more. Now you're going to walk your hands all the way into your feet. Bend your knees until you get there. And then go to ragdoll. And just hang out there. Doesn't that feel good after that combo? Now you can take your hands to your elbows if you want to and do a little rock. And get that lower back going. Drop your arms down and just hang out there. Soft knees. Now slightly bend your knees, and then I want you to think about your spine. One vertebra at a time. That means slow. Make sure you're breathing. Bring the belly button in to support your back. And as you slowly get up to your shoulders, you're going to lift your shoulders up, hold them back. Take a deep breath, very in, arms up. Exhale, press out. Deep breath in. Exhale, press out. Deep breath in. Exhale, press out. How you doing? Are you all fired up now? Ready to go? Well, you're halfway through class already. It goes fast. But with that workout that you just did, you have elongation of the spine. You find out where you hinge from better through your hips and not rounding your back, pushing your chest forward so that you have that nice alignment for your spine. Your strength, right? You felt like you had to use a lot of muscles that you haven't used. And you're like, man, they're like rubber now. I can't use them for the rest of the day. So you got to learn all of those different positions, your strength and posture and alignment. Any questions? You guys got it. And you took your time to get there, which is what you should always do. I don't care whose class you go to, if they do something that's too advanced for you, you can try it, but if you can't do it, you don't have to do it. All right, deep breaths. Settle that writing. Exhale. Deep breath in. And exhale. So we're going to do the warrior combo today. So you're going to get into your warrior position. So warrior one, beginning would be here, more intermediate, more advanced all the way up. However, if you bring your arms up and you're doing one of these things, don't take your arms up. Keep them here. It's all about the posture, the balance, the control. Once you're settled here, you can bring your arms maybe here. If that feels okay and that's your comfort zone spot and you're still working out, that's perfectly fine. try to square your hips. Sometimes they don't want to completely turn. And then all the way up here is more advanced. I'm only going to work to this level, so that's 1. Then what you're going to do is you're going to split your arms and turn your hips a little bit into 2. You're going to take your back hand down to your thigh, turn your palm up in the front, and lean back into reverse warrior, and then try to take this arm back a little bit. Palm down, turn your palm down, and then reach back. Reach back. There you go. Straighten your arm out. Don't bend it completely. There you go. Now come back to 2. Swing it around into 1. Now take a baby step in, drop your arms down. Baby step, you're all square right here. Find something to look at, possibly yourself in the mirror or a spot on the floor. And you're going to go into warrior 3. So you're going to shift your weight to this heel. I don't want this knee going over your foot. You're going to hurt it. You put all the weight into that heel. I'm going to fall down because I'm not too focused on this one to show you because I'm showing you. You're going to do a little bit of a lean and come up on that ball of your foot. You're going to inhale, exhale, and lift. Now, remember you're laying down like an ironing board. Who remembers an ironing board? Okay, come out of it. Okay, because what you're worried about here, right? You're worried about here. All you basically are doing is bending like this. Yes, you don't have both feet. Basically, you're bending like this. Your arms are out here, and your leg is going up there. That's 3. So, don't focus so much on the fact that you have now shifted your weight to the one leg, but by putting it through that heel and flowing up, you're here. So lift that leg up, pull your belly button in. You can do it. If you can't balance, you might have your weight in that front foot, toe area. Put the weight in your heel. Come back out of it. Back out of it. That one's hard. What is the, how are you having that problem with that one getting into 3? What are your issues?
Balance.
Balance. Okay. Are you putting all that weight on this heel, or when you shift your weight, are you shifting it to your ball toe area? If you're shifting it to your ball toe area, that would be like me holding my foot like this and trying to balance. And I'm not secure. So you need to put the weight mostly in the heel. Some of it will be in the ball of your foot. And just turn this way. Just like this, straight ahead. Toes are straight ahead. And I just want you to bend and push your booty back. Up. Bend. Put both feet on the floor. I want both feet on the floor. And I want you to bend down and push your booty back. See how that flattens your back? And come back up. Bend down. Push your booty back. See how you're flat now? Can you see yourself in the mirror? See how you're flat? Now, just for grins, stay there. Bring your arms here to help balance. Now take a deep breath in. As you exhale, shift that weight to here. Don't lose your back. Just flex your foot and lift up. That's 3.
I think you far forward.
Yay! Look at you guys. You got a lot further than you were before. Does that help the brain? Okay? Because what our brain wants to do is when you're shifting, it's like when I teach my fitness class for total body, and someone says we're doing lunges, right? What's a lunge? This is a lunge, right? Okay, that's a lunge, right? So when we say lunge, our head thinks, lunge! And all your body weight goes over top instead of actually lunging into a lunge. And your weight is going down the middle. That's what I want you to focus, the weight is in the middle. even though you're lifting up. Let's switch legs. And we're just gonna practice the 3 part, because that's the hard one. You guys have 1 and 2 and 3, so this is the harder one. Okay, that's where we're at. So you're in a lunge position. All the weight is right here in this heel of the foot and that ball of the foot. I want you to bend forward, flat back, push your booty back, arms up, inhale, exhale, and lift your leg. Stare, 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 stare at something. Push your booty forward. Come back. Almost there. That's hard. We are going to take some time, because that way you'll get it. The next time you do it, you'll flow right into it a little bit better. And that's part of why you come to class, to learn how to do it, not just do all the movements, right? Okay, so if you did this flat back, you wouldn't be like this. If you were, you'd be rounded, right? So if you just push your booty back, see how you flatten your back and lengthen your spine. So that's basically what you're trying to do there. Okay, we'll try it from the beginning. Warrior 1. Split into 2. Look straight ahead over your leg. Reverse warrior. Back. Back to 2. Find your balance during all these series. Back to 1. Now get that foot ready. Bring your arms down here. Start to shift your weight to the heel. See, my arms are going to now start moving. Deep breath in. As you exhale, all you're doing is lifting that back leg even with your bottom and bending flat. Come back. Okay. You need to focus on this last leg, okay? Back leg. What I'm seeing is when you're going to here and you're going to shift, I'm seeing this. What's happening with that leg? It's going that way. And it's going to make your balance go like this, and it's going to make this hip open up, and then pretty soon you can't get there because you're going to fall over. So, like a little bird feeder, right? Here's a little bird feeder. You're hinging through your hips, not your waist. If you do your waist, you round. If you do your hips, you head flat. So you're like a little bird feeder, and the leg is going here. So you can be a little bird feeder. Does that help? Okay, we're going to turn and do the other side, which is probably harder for you because you're probably right-handed, right? So we're going to do warrior 1, and we're just keeping it simple. And you're going to split into 2. Put your hand back under, up, go back into reverse. Come back to 2. Arm back to 1. Drop the arms down. Get the heel ready. Shift slowly by pushing away with this foot and set it this way. So now your hips are square. Inhale. Start to exhale. Put it there. And just lift your arms into place. Almost. Come out of it. Foot down. Foot down. Take your back down with your feet. Now, all you're going to do is pivot to the other side. Go into warrior 1. Take your arms and split through your chest into 2. Square your hips. Backhand down. Palm up in the front and lean back. So that back hand is on your thigh. Go back. Don't be afraid. Drop that arm down a little bit. Good job. Come back to 2. We could stay in 2 forever, right? So you're around to 1. Bring your arms down. Start to shift your weight to that front heel. Turn your hips square. Deep breath in. Just focus on lifting your arms and your legs straight. Like that. That's 3. Nice. Bring that foot back down. Put your back foot on the floor. Now turn. Now I just want you to pivot your feet. So now you're going to shoulder one this side. And now you're going to split your arms into your hips. Backhand down, palm up, and reach back to 3. Bring it back to 2. Bring it back to 1. And bring those hands down. Turn this foot so it's straight ahead, because this is the only way you're going to be able to do the final one. Okay? So now shift forward to this leg. Hips are square. Find something to stare at. Inhale. Exhale very smoothly. Lift and elongate. And that is 3. Nice. Foot down. Come back up to your center. And then just go here. We're going to do one more time on each side. So do warrior 1. Split into 2. Into reverse. Back to 2. Swing it around to 1. Turn your foot. Bring it down. Set it up for 3. Find your balance. Find your stair point. Staring, breathing, and knowing where you're putting your weight, your balance. That's your balance. Stare is your focus for your brain, and that's going to help you balance. Inhale. Exhale. Just lift your arms and lift your back leg up. Bend forward. Drop your chest down. Okay. Your focus on here. So, bring your back leg up. Put your hand on your shoulder. That back leg up. Lift that leg up. Flat, flat, flat. No, don't bend this one. Leg up. Don't turn your left it. Elongate it out. Chest down, chest down. There you go. Lift that leg up. Great. There you go. Turn your toe down to the floor. Lift your heel up higher. Okay. That's where you're messing. Your foot's taking you to the right. Look underneath you, see where your foot is. Don't let go of me. I'm not. But I want you to fix your leg. Bring it. Look. Keep your hips square. There, there, right there, right there. And lift your heel up. Keep looking. Watch your leg. Watch where it's going. Look underneath. Okay, see it went that way? Don't think of that. Take it to your block. Okay. Hold it right there. Put your belly button up. Lift that leg higher. There you go, there you go, right there, right there, right there. You change your foot again, flex it, flex it, flex it. Okay. No. I got you. I just want you to get that elongation. There you go, right there.
Quick on now.
You need to pull that belly button here, and you need to breathe. See how you're like hold your breath and you really go, but you had it. I just want you to get the feel. You can try that at the kitchen counter. Okay, because on the kitchen counter,
Thank you.
you can hold it on the kitchen counter. You all have a kitchen counter, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so remember, you're like a little bird feeder, right? Boom, boom, boom. And you're down here, and your arm is straight, and you're not rounding your back because that's going to throw your balance out. You push your chest forward, and the little bird feeder, you're going to bring your heel up like this. Don't point your toe. Look underneath you and bring it right here. Don't go this way because that's where your balance is going to go. If you just slide your foot back, flex it and lift it, you're going to get your balance right where it needs to be. Then hold on to your kitchen counter, elongate, and try to let go of the counter. Strong legs, strong belly. And you got it. Other side, last one. Rotate this way. Warrior 1. I'm not doing anything advanced. You can if you want to. Split into 2. And then you're going to thigh, you can palm up, go in reverse. These are all easy because both feet are on the floor. Come back to 2. Swing it back around. Now shift your weight to that front heel. You don't have to bring your arms down if you don't want to, but to me it's easy to lift it up. Lift, bend, straighten that back leg. Don't point your toe, flex your heel. Nice. Set your foot down. Step out of it. Come back to the center and take a deep breath there in. And exhale. And a deep breath of air in. And exhale. And put one foot right here. And take a deep breath of air in. Exhale and take a bow. Because you did so good. Yay! You can come back up. How was that? It was a little hard, but sometimes you have to give yourself the time, because if you don't take the time, you're always going to be stuck in here. Right? Because you don't know where you're supposed to have that balance, the structure, and how to get to that point. You all did really well.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's get back down to the floor. We're running out of time. I would like for you just to lay on your side. So my ankle, my hip, and my elbow are all on the back edge of my mat. Right? So now you know that you're lined up on your spine. You're going to roll your weight forward, so now that you're stacked with your knees and your feet. You're going to make a fist right here. Watch me. And I'm going to take this bottom hip and tuck it under just a little bit. Now my hips are stacked where they're supposed to be. Did you feel that when you did the adjustment? Okay. And so all I want you to do is a simple point and flex. You need this from after doing all those warriors. To kind of help loosen up those muscles and line you back up. It's not yoga, but it's going to help you line up. Now I want you to point all the way to the front and flex all the way back without having your chest do that. All right? And that's going to help with your warrior 3. Just like that. Good job. And now all you're going to do is the other side, so you can simply just over, and then come back up, make your fist, align your hip, and point and flex. If you want to lay down, if that's hurting your hip, you can lay down like that, and that's a modification. And that helps all those muscles you were just using. Now come to the front, point and flex back. And you're on that warrior 3 until you do that. There you go. Practice it right here. And then your leg will get used to doing that movement. Good job. Roll over onto your tummy. And come up into cobra. Elbows, lift the chest, push your chest forward. You can come all the way up on your arms if you want to, or if you're tired, just bend your arms right here. Put your hands on that. Lay down, turn your head sideways and bring your arms to your side. Just lay down on your tummy, arms down to your side. Get all that weight away. Probably feel this in your lower back, yes. Let it go. All your weight go. Now all I need you to do is turn your head to the other side. Let your body settle. Bring your hands by your shoulders. Push yourself up slowly and bend up. And cat-cow. That's going to help that lower back. And release, do your cat-cow. 2 more. 1 more. All right, knees apart, toes together, lay down in a child's pose, press your chest down, push your booty back, try to hold yourself up, just relax. And release. Do a downward facing dog. Lengthen it out, really get that good stretch in there. Try to press both your heels down so you can elongate through those legs in your back area. Simple sit. Spinal rotation. I'm just going to do simple sit, spinal rotation. You can do one leg up and back if you want to. That's an option. And release and do the other side. For simple sit, you can switch put the other foot in front and rotate around. And release. All right, we have 5 minutes. Would you like to practice on some balance? Would you like to just stretch out and go ahead and press?
Shavasana.
Huh?
Shavasana.
Okay. Everyone's for that one always, right? All right, so we're going to go ahead and put all your stuff away so that when you get done resting, your heart rate won't go back up while you're putting your things away. So put your blocks away. We didn't use the strap. I was going to do some stretching with the strap. I thought we needed to practice on that Warrior 3. I hope you got a benefit from it. It must take you some time to do it. If you want to do on your own some other yoga poses while we're transitioning, feel free to, because I don't want to keep you away from doing anything that you normally would like to do in your yoga. Get a drink of water. You can do a couple more stretches if you want to. Otherwise, you can just simply lay back, cover your eyes if you want to cover your eyes, and then you can just simply relax. Circles, and all your thoughts just float away. Relax from the top of your head down to your feet. Breathe deeply and slowly. Set diaphragm. Relax your shoulders, arms, and put your palms form and how you get there, because sometimes we just rush to it and we're not really paying attention other than trying to get through a whole bunch of stuff in class. And I'm very educational when I teach, no matter what it is that I'm teaching. So that's why I say good, bad, or indifferent, do whatever you need to do for you. If I'm not where you need to be, you go where you need to be because it's your class, it's not the instructor's class. So I hope that was helpful. Namaste.
Namaste.
You're welcome. Very cool. Okay, and I'm Joanne, and we now have